Well, hello Flosstube, and welcome back to Flosstube number 6. Can you believe it? And oh my goodness, let me tell you, it is hot here in the UK. So apologies for no makeup today. You're getting me without makeup, I'm afraid, because I think my makeup would have just melted off my face. It is that hot here. We've had temperatures of in the 30s here in the UK, which for anybody in the UK will know that's quite rare. So we are enjoying it, but it obviously is really hot and really sticky. So I'm going to do my best with this video today. And I just want to say a massive thank you to all my new subscribers, and welcome back to anyone that's followed my journey through from Flosstube number 1. Please make sure you hit that bell so that you get notification of when my video comes out on a Tuesday evening, every Tuesday at 7:30 GMT. So as always, lots to tell you. I am back at work this week, so it's all a little bit crazy with lots of Zoom meetings and risk assessment meetings and all sorts going on. So that'll be later in the week that I go back to work, and it's going to be quite strange really. The people that I work with I haven't seen in about 20 weeks. We've had lots of Zoom calls, but I just haven't seen them, so it's going to be absolutely lovely to see everybody again. So I'm really looking forward to that. But obviously with getting ready for going back to work, it does mean I'm going to have less time doing my stitching. And obviously with the heat as well, I haven't always felt like stitching this week. So as always, lots to share with you. So I'll be sharing what I've been working on, what I am going to be working on next week, hopefully. New starts, I've had hauls, and also a couple of projects that I've decided to put in time out, probably permanently, who knows, but certainly for now those projects are going in time out. So let's make a start with what I've been working on. So as many of you know, I am part of the Enchanted Stitching Challenges Facebook group, which is where we have a monthly theme of a Disney film, and all of the weekly, monthly challenges are based around that film. And there's also what's called a watch party challenge, which is where you watch the film and you do some stitching. And for that this week, I was stitching on this one, which is Summer Basket by Ellen Morristrow, and I don't actually have a picture on it. I can't even remember when I started this. It's a good few years ago now, and I don't even know why I started it. It was probably for something or other, and yeah, I just can't remember, but it's actually nearly finished. Just a few more little bits, and I'm tempted to say that I'll get it out this week and finish it, but I don't know. But really lovely. Let me bring it in closer. But yeah, really lovely piece. It's just full cross, no back stitching, no French knots, just full cross. But yeah, just a few more little pieces to finish that off really. I probably could finish it off this week. I don't know, maybe I will. But that is stitched 18 count 2 over 1, and I obviously stitched that for the entirety of the film, which is 1 hour 40 minutes. So I only got 1 hour 40 this week. Then I was stitching on my Heaven and Earth design, the story Keep Life is an Open Book Paris, which I know you've all seen. And for anybody that doesn't know, this one is definitely my baby, Heaven and Earth, because it was the first one I ever started, and this is where this one is at. Bring it a little bit closer. So this is stitched on 18 count 2 over 1. I did all the gridding myself for that one. Strongly recommend though, if you're gonna grid, don't buy Easy Grid Ada, because it takes forever to grid. Don't get me wrong, I love it now that I've done it, but it did take forever, and it did feel never ending. But the Easy Grid is so much better. But I just love how this is looking. It's really coming together, and apparently I've done 20% of it now, according to Pattern Keeper. My goal for August is 25%, and this week I spent 6 hours on it and I did 1,078 stitches, so I cannot wait to do some more of that. I'm going to be definitely working on that this week. Then I did some more on my Virus Detected. This is by Randall Spangler. Sorry, I should have said the story Keep Life is an Open Book is by Amy Stewart, if I didn't say that before. Yeah, so this mini Virus Detected by Randall Spangler. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. And this week I've done 391 stitches and I spent 2 hours on it. So I will show all the pictures of where it was before, but that's where I'm at now. So for this one, I am focusing on a page at a time. Let me just bring it in a bit closer. I'm doing a page at a time. It's got about 8 pages and then some little bits on the side and little bits underneath, little bits of pages underneath. So I'm almost there with doing page 1. This is like the whole of page 1. With my Story Keep, the Paris one, I'm sort of just picking colours and working down. Haven't really got a system anymore. I did start that one with the parking method, but I'm just working down. And obviously there are a few strands parked here, but that goes into the next page. So I'm going to do this page, then the page below, then come back up here, page below, and so on. But that's where we're at. And this is 20 count Ada 2/1. This is definitely my favourite Ada now. I think it's definitely pipped 18 count to first place, and the Easy Grid is just, it's heaven. And getting material ready for Heaven and Earth design really doesn't take long when you've got Easy Grid, because all I had to do was just cut the material to size and serge the edges, and that was it, and I was ready to go. With the material. So that's where I'm at with this one. I have to say I'm absolutely obsessed now with Heaven and Earth designs. There was another sale on this week, and yeah, I'll come back to that later. Sorry, I've got a bit of an itchy nose today, a bit of hay fever I think. So last week I talked to you about my Paris Romance by Ruan Manning. That was the design, and I talked to you about the fact that I had started it on 25 count Ada 1/1, and I wasn't loving the coverage. So let me see if I can find it. Such a big piece of material. Right, here we go. Let me fold it the right way. There we go. So I ended up doing a little bit more on it, because I wanted to see if, let me just put that back, I wanted to see if I enjoyed it anymore, and the answer is no, I didn't. Because when I posted in the Heaven and Earth page, they said stitch a bit more. You might find actually as you stitch, you might like the coverage, because it was because of the coverage I just didn't like it. No, I'm definitely abandoning it. I'm gonna reuse the material for another project, if not 1, maybe 2 projects, and I'm gonna restart this one on 20 count Ada. I just need to order the Ada. When I went on to Lakeside Needlecraft, which is my the place where I get it in the UK, my material, they didn't have any in stock, so I just need to order some 20 count Ada, and then I will get that started. But no, I still don't like it. I absolutely love the image. It's not the image that is the issue, because I know some people were saying, well, is it because of the image you don't like the image? Because one thing I will say about Heaven and Earth designs, you absolutely have to love the design to do a Heaven and Earth project, because these projects are going to be for a long time, and unless you love the project, yeah, just not going to enjoy it. But I really think I'm going to enjoy that more if I do that on 20 count. And the projects I've thought about using this 25 count Ada with are very bright, vibrant ones, which I think will stand out better. And for me, I will feel happy doing brighter designs on this than the 20 count. So that is what I've been working on this week. Oh, what I should say with that, by the way, is I did another 299 stitches in a further 2 hours. So I think altogether I've done about 600 stitches in about 6 hours. So I feel like I've given it a good go. I know some people might have said actually do a full page before you give up, but I think the more you work on it, it's like wasted hours. And those hours can be put into doing it again. So like I say, I'm not going to waste the material. I'm going to cut it up and use it for something else, and I'll just get some new 18 count material. So I've also had 2 new starts this week. So let me just show you. A couple of weeks ago, I asked you to help me choose, because I really wanted to have 5 Heaven and Earth designs on the go at once, because I like doing different projects all together, and I wanted 5 sort of very different Heaven and Earth designs. So I've got my Story Keep, I've got an ornament rose, which is a circular design. I've got my mini, which is my mini virus detected. I did have my full coverage, which was the Paris romance. Again, I'll get that restarted. And I wanted one sort of in the middle of that. And I really liked the fairy designs by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. And I asked you guys to help me choose whether what I called either the pink fairy or the ice fairy. And you guys chose what I call the pink fairy, which is Faces of Fairy 178. And as I say, by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. This is what it looks like. And I made a start on this. This is 20 count Ada. I did make myself chuckle actually, because when I was cutting the material, I was like, this is a small design. Obviously no Heaven and Earth design is small, but it did feel a bit small because the fabric is, yeah, only this big. So let me show you where I have got to. Now with this one, I've decided to do it in diagonals, 10 square, 10 rows, I think it is, of a diagonal, and this is where I'm up to. So I think eventually this is going to be 12 inches by 12 inches, this design. And this week I have done 6 hours and I've done 868 stitches. But this is where I'm at. And just love it. I love it because it's pink, and yeah, really enjoying this one. Again, it has got park thread, so I am doing a bit of parking, but I generally find as I move diagonal they go. Whereas when I was doing it on the first design I started, the Paris Story Keep, the part threads just seem to grow and grow and grow, whereas with this one, as I go down a block they go. I might get some more for the next block, but they don't seem to last too long, and there's never too many. That might change as the diagonals get bigger, but at the moment I'm really enjoying doing that by a diagonal, so I'm hoping to get some more of that done this week. So that was that one. Then I also started another cupcake one. Again, for anybody that didn't see, I did a cupcake cupcake design for my best friend's birthday, which she loved, and I put it in a card, and then she's now framed it. So I'm doing another cupcake design, a chart that I got from Etsy. I'm doing it on 18 count easy grid Ada, and this is what I call makeup cupcake. This is for my mother-in-law's birthday at the end of this month. Again, really love it. She loves her makeup and her perfume, so just thought this was the ideal chart for her. And this is where I'm at. So yeah, this is why easy grid all the way now. So I've sort of just started the red areas on here. Let me see if I can show you that again. Yeah, just the red this sort of cream on the cupcake and the top, and then the lipstick, and they're the areas that I've started. But this easy grid is definitely, oh, let me just put something behind that, hold on. This easy grid is definitely, that's better, is definitely well worth getting if you haven't got any already and you're doing like these projects. And again, I think this is only like 5 by 7 inches, so but it's just super handy to have this easy grid fabric, so I think this is definitely the way forward now. So they are all the projects that I have been working on this week. Oh, and I just want to say with the makeup one, I did 2 hours of that this week. So really pleased with that already. So I can't wait to get more of that done, so I can show you a bit more, and I know my mother-in-law is going to love it when she gets it. So I want to just show you what I'm going to be working on this week, and I'm planning on a couple of hours at a time on these projects. Now that might not always work out, but this is what I'm planning. Might not happen, who knows. Like I say, with the heat at the moment, with not feeling like always wanting to stitch and also going back to work, I don't know how that's going to go as yet. So let me show you what I am going to be working on this week. So the first one, oh, before I do that, actually, I just wanted to say that the last couple of weeks I've been doing using my Tiny Decisions app to do 3 drawers of small, medium, large projects that I work on, I focus on for that week for arbitrary August. I've actually decided not to do that this week because I just feel like I'm getting a bit behind with what I'm doing because of everything going on. So I'm going to work on the projects that I'm going to talk about here, but these are ones I've already pulled, and it might be next week I can start using the Tiny Decisions app to work out what I'm going to carry on with for arbitrary August. I'm going to see how the week goes, really, but I just want to kind of keep it a bit fluid. But these what I'm about to work on for this week coming are designs that are going to be used for the challenges for the Facebook groups I'm at for Enchanted Stitching Challenges and Full Coverage Fanatics. And with Full Coverage Fanatics, they're focusing on Japan, and you can do anything red or white, or anything with flowers, or anything that relates to Japan or Japanese. So I will show you the design I'm going to do for that one. So the first design that I am going to work on is my John Bon Jovi design by Jan Designs. Again, nearly finished, not much to go, to be honest with you, and here he is. Definitely looking good, and you can absolutely see that it's him for sure. Yeah, can't wait to get that done. So that's one of the ones I'm going to be working on this week. This is stitched on 14 count 2/1 Ada. I'm also going to be making a start on Santa's Secret. This is a gold collection, golden petites by Dimensions. I've got the fabric gridded now, it's just a case of starting. And I think I've said before with my Dimensions kits, what I'm going to do is full crosses in 2/1. I'm not going to be doing the half stitches or using extra floss, whatever. I'm just going to be doing full cross 2/1 because I've seen that done on a post on Full Coverage Fanatics, and it looked really good. So that's that one. The next one is the Ornament Healing Rose by Carol Cavaleris, and sadly Michelle, the lady who charts the Heaven and Earth Designs, shared on the Heaven and Earth Designs Facebook group that Carol Cavaleris sadly passed away a couple of weeks ago. And this design actually I'm doing, it just feels really poignant actually, because this design, my granddad, who passed away over 30 years ago, loved roses, loved them. So for us as a family, we've all got roses in our gardens as a way of remembering, and this design reminds me of that. And I always think, when anyone ever passes, I always think of roses. So this design is just so beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. I just love the colours of that. And this is where I am at with that one. just at the top of the circle. So I'm just gonna, what I'm actually going to do is I'm gonna try and work my way down so that I get to some green, because one of the stitching challenges in Enchanted Stitches is to work on green. And down the bottom, to the left and right, is green. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna try and work either side down. It doesn't really matter where I go with this really. I'm kind of stitching wherever I feel like it on this one. I've got no sort of structure with it, as long as it gets done at some point. So that's that one. I'm also going to carry on with my Bayside Cottage. Again, another Gold Collection Petite by Dimensions. Again, full cross 2/1 on that. And that one is where it is at. Let me just put that behind. That's where that one's at. Really beautiful. And obviously once it's done, I take the grid lines out, but they are just so helpful with these kind of designs. So that's that one. I'm then going to be starting a new design, which I was hoping to get started last week, which is another Etsy chart. It is Sunflower Cupcake. That's the chart, and I have to say I've got the material. Oh, let me just pull that through. I have all the material gridded. There you go, all gridded. Well, I say all gridded, it's easy grid fabric. This is 18 count 2/1 easy grid, and I've even marked where my start is. Just to say as well where I've marked with the start, and also when I do my own gridding, because obviously on the Ornament Healing Rose you saw that I'd done my own gridding. I use a fishing line. My boyfriend is a keen fisherman, and I saw it, I think, on Flosstube, that somebody had used some fishing lines to do some gridding. It is brilliant because you can't put your needle through it. You can move it to the side and put your needle through if you're in that square, and it pulls really easily, whereas the cotton just used to, if you pulled it a bit too hard you could lose it. This pulls right out really easily. Never had a problem with it. So yeah, I just use that as a bit of a starter marker, and also when I do my gridding, but obviously this is easy grid, which is what we love. So, and then finally, I want to make a start on Scenic Lighthouse. Again, this is Gold Collection Petites by Dimensions. That's that one. Again, all gridded, ready to go. Just need to make a start on that one. So they are the projects that I'm hoping to work on next week. These are for the, like I say, the challenges, and I love just working on different things, so I can't wait to work on them. It may be that I end up working on more than others, and some of them might be pushed back to the week after. That's absolutely fine. It's I think with stitching you have to enjoy what you're stitching, and these are all projects I love, and I'll see what I fancy on the day really when I come to stitching. So that's what I'm going to be working on this week coming. So now I just want to share with you the 2 projects that I've put in permanent timeout. So the first one is Winnie the Pooh, Around the Year with Pooh, which is this one. I'd gotten up to, well, not very much really. I did some, I think, last month. I think I did the middle bit, and then I was going around doing the edge ones, but I think I mainly worked on the middle bit. Why do I want to put this in timeout? Well, when I was about 20-ish, maybe earlier than that, late teens, I loved Winnie the Pooh, loved everything Winnie the Pooh, so this was a design that I've been doing for about 20 years. It's been on and off for 20 years. The chart is really hard to read, and I know that I could probably just put the chart in a PDF format and use my tablet for it, but yeah, it's one of those things you just need to, it needs a bit of effort really, and then the edges need serging because they're all sort of fraying. It's only ever since I've done these Heaven and Earth designs that I've serged the edges. So I don't know with this one might come out again, who knows one day, but at the moment, no, it's not taking my fancy really. So that's that one. And then the second one, I don't even have a picture for it. This is Country Companions Have a Break, and again about the same age really. I did a bit the other day and I went wrong, and I just sort of, just thought, why am I doing this? I'm really not enjoying stitching on this. So let's just put it to one side, and if it comes out again, it comes out again, but I'm really not worried. There's lots of new designs that I love, and I think that's what I was saying to you about Heaven and Earth designs. You have to love the design, because this could go on for a few years, these designs. The Heaven and Earth designs are not going to be stitched overnight, and certainly with a design like this, I don't even know what I would do with it if I did finish it. Yeah, so that's Impermanent Time out really. So the last thing to show you is some haul, which I will go and grab now to show you. So the first thing that I've got is another Gold Collection Petites by Dimensions, and this one is Holy Night, and it is on Black Ada, 18 count, 2/1, and that one's definitely going to be one that I do during the day, because like I say, it's Black Ada, and but I'm going to look forward to doing that. Might not do it in August when the temperature is 30 odd degrees, so I think I'll save that one. But you don't, I just didn't see it. I don't see it often enough online to order. So when I saw it, I just thought, I'm gonna get that one. And then this is one of my favourite Dimensions pictures, which is Lakeside Village. It is on 18 count, and it will be 15 inches by 12 inches. So again, another full coverage, and that's the design. Just there. So yeah, really one of my that's better light. One of my favourite pictures for the Dimensions. Just think it's going to look really lovely when it's done. But I'm not planning on starting that one or either of those just yet. And then Heaven and Earth had a sale. Now, a few weeks ago, I was so in love with my Story Keep Life is an Open Book Paris, my first Heaven and Earth, that I requested through Heaven and Earth website for the New York one and the London one to be made into Story Keeps. Now, Story Keeps are a much smaller version of the original chart. It's basically a section of the chart made into like a small version. So I ordered the London one, and here's the London one. Loving all the detail that's in that. And then I also ordered the New York one, and I have fallen in love with both. Now, I've got an idea. I don't know if you can see if I point that way, the wall above the fireplace is empty. And my plan is to stitch all three and put them above that fireplace. I'm obviously doing the Paris one. So my aim is to finish the Paris one by my birthday, which is middle of December. So that means I've got a few months to finish it. It does mean I'm going to need to do 7,000 odd stitches per month to get that finished by my birthday, because what I would really love to do is start the New York one on my birthday, because I was hoping to get to New York this year, and obviously with everything that's gone on, I haven't been able to get there. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to start this design, and then when that one's done, I'll start the London one. But I cannot wait. And then something else might have fallen into my basket as well at the same time, which is Tiki Beach Sunset by Amy Stewart. All of these, by the way, are by Amy Stewart. I just love her designs, and this just reminds me of my like perfect holiday setting. So I can see that one being used with the 25 count Ada maybe. I'm going to see if I can get 2 designs out of that 25 count Ada. The one that I'm going to cut up from the Paris Romance. This Tiki Beach Sunset, and potentially Quick Stitch April Fairy, if I can see if I can get 2 out of it. But this is the design. How gorgeous is that? So yeah, I've got these 3. Let me see if I can hold all 3 up together. Yeah, these 3 in my shopping basket, but I think if out of all of them, I think this is definitely my favourite. So yeah, what do you guys think of those 3? Let me know in the comments below. And that's it really, guys. That's my weekly update. So hope you're having a great week, and hope the weather is lovely where you are. And once again, apologies for no makeup. And all I can say to you is hope you have a great week stitching. So happy stitching, and bye for now.